know your rights. It's time now for Legal Point. Now your host, Carrie Kasem.
Absolutely. Planning ahead is it, whether you're, and I say this in every single show, you're 18, you're 60, you're 70, you're 80, you've got to start planning. And I mean, it really, when you start to get, I think, into your late 60s or 70s, at that point, you should have started a little earlier. But, and then people say, 18, I don't have anything. I don't have a house. I don't have any money. What do you mean? I don't need to plan for anything. What if something happens to you? What if something happens to your body? You've got to be sure on paper with an official document people know what you want. And I refer to the Terry Schiavo case. The husband said, Terry once told me she wouldn't want to live in a vegetative state. She doesn't want to be a vegetable. She doesn't. And her parents, she's not a vegetable. Look at her. She can, follow a ball. She can, for me, no way. I'm done. I don't want to stay that way. And I have that written down. But people don't think about it. They think, it's about money. It's
right.
Not. Now in your grandma's case, she didn't have anything, and her sons just didn't know what to do. And thank God they didn't pull the plug because
right.
she lived. But you've got to have that in order. You don't want your family wondering what you want. Wondering, was that the right choice? Does she think they want to? What if they want to? No, you don't want those questions. We have to take a break. My guest today, elder law attorney Julie Steinbacher. I'm Carrie Kasem. You're listening to Legal Point. We'll be right back.
Now back to Legal Point with Carrie Kasem.
Welcome back to the show. This is Legal Point. We'll be taking your calls in a little while. If you have any calls for Julie Steinbacher, elder law attorney, 8778-830-830. That's 8778-830-830. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about nursing homes. Nobody wants to go into a nursing home, but sometimes it's necessary. And you were talking about Medicaid, Medi-Cal, they call it. They call it different things here in California. But I did not know, too. I knew that there is some help with nursing homes and some help, too. You get so many hours with people coming to your home to take care of you, and then that's out, gone, done. You've run out. So what happens when you don't have that money? What happens when you don't have enough money to keep your loved one in a nursing home and you just physically and emotionally can't take care of them anymore?
Yes, first of all, it's really good that there is some in-home care. So actually 20 years ago, there wasn't any. And so the system's not perfect, but it has gotten a little better. But you're right. In my state, they give you 6 to 7 hours of in-home care a day. Well, if you need nursing home care, 6 to 7 hours is enough to help a spouse, give them a break. It's wonderful, but it's really not enough.
Right.
And when you go into a nursing home and, you can no longer care for somebody at home, you go into a nursing home and you just found out Medicare is not going to pay. And, if you're not a veteran, you don't have any help there and you're going to pay the $10,000 a month. The reality is that you are applying for state aid, Medicaid, or Medi-Cal as it's called in California. Right. Interestingly, in Pennsylvania, they just changed what they call it. It's now the Department of Health and Human Services. They spent millions of dollars to change it from the Medicaid agency to the Department of Health and Human Services. But here's the thing. You have to end up applying for Medicaid, and it's a process that you go through where they ask, have you given any assets away in the last 5 years? And if you have, they try to penalize you for that and bring those assets back in.
I can't believe that. And I've heard this many times. This is the hardest part of your life and a hard, this is for everybody, emotionally, your family. And now the government's penalizing you because you've given something just to help out, to get some more help.
Well, and people don't understand. A lot of people may look at that and say, well, you shouldn't give away assets. Well, the people that I represent are often farmers and the next generation's farming that farm.
Yeah.
Or small business owners. I can think of a man I represented who owned a garbage company, and his son and father in the garbage business. Father gets sick. Is that 50-year-old son supposed to lose his livelihood? That's not right. That's not good for us as society. These are people who've worked their entire lives, and so a spouse can get hurt. Children can get hurt. The other thing is that all of us want to make sure that we give something to our kids.
Sure.
And there is a fairness. I mean, if people are younger and they can plan ahead, today there's all kinds of things you want to do. You don't want to be impoverishment planning. There's all kinds of financial products out there that can really help. Traditional long-term care insurance, life insurance with a long-term care rider. There's things that can help you leverage your money and help you pay longer. But there's also people who right now are in a crisis. They're already 80. They're already in the nursing home.
Yes.
They can't do any of that.
Right.
And so what we have to do is to make sure. So when we talk about this 5-year look back rule, it's really important. It catches some really good people. You know, maybe I can think of people I represented that gave money away to their kids or grandkids for education, or gave money to their church.
Right.
All of that comes back in on the 5-year look back. So that's not helpful at all. So just so people know, if they don't have a plan, if they don't plan ahead, and they get sick, and they need nursing home care, they're going to have to deal with that government agency at some point in time. They're going to have to answer a whole bunch of questions. What'd you do with your money?
Right.
And you might not like the way the government characterizes it. And some people might get hurt in the process, particularly, you know, I can't stress enough, if you have a family business, a family farm, those types of things, you've got to plan ahead. You just have no idea whether or not you're going to get sick or ever go into a nursing home.